Hey everyone, Jamie here. For those of you who have not tuned in, I am reporting on my 7-level thoracic fusion that I received about 8 months ago, a little over 8 months ago on January 15th. I have not been here for a little while. Things have been a little crazy over the past several months and I haven't been able to get online. But I can say that things are going pretty well. You will notice that I do have a new piece of equipment, and I will explain this in a moment. But it has been a little over 8 months since my thoracic fusion, which was T5 through T12, and that has been going rather well. Dealing with some pain, still some stiffness. I have gotten back to a little bit of yoga. I've gotten back to some mobility. I'm still doing physical therapy. Stretching as much as I can, and trying to get my life back to normal. There are days when I don't feel as great as I should, or maybe as I want to. There's no really saying how good people should feel. But I do know that it's been less than a year since my surgery, so I need to give myself a little bit of a break, and understand that it's going to take a while. So some of the things that I've been feeling are, just discomfort in my rib cage, along the spine. Sometimes my spine still feels quite stiff. But again, that's to be expected. I do have, 14 screws and 2 rods, in my spine. So depending on the weather, depending on how I'm feeling, depending on how I've slept that day, can change lots of things. But otherwise, I'm still extremely happy that I got the surgery. My life is definitely much better since having it. So now I will explain this lovely piece of equipment on my neck. So this past Thursday, the 26th, I had a 3-level cervical spinal fusion. So I had C3 through C6 fused. Reason being is the same reason why I had a thoracic fusion. I had some disc degeneration, some spinal cord compression, pain, and bone spur growth and arthritis on my cervical spine. And it was starting to definitely cause some pretty, serious pain and distractions. One of the things I was feeling was in this area right behind my shoulder would start to just get numb and get all tingly and weird, and it would just happen like every sometimes every 5 or 6 minutes. Could last for an hour, could last for an entire day. I was also getting these really horrible headaches, up into the sides of my head, usually one side or the other, mostly on the left side. I was getting dizziness when I would turn my head left or right, and numbness down the arms when that would happen. I wasn't really getting pain down the arms, but it started to happen right around the time I got my surgery. So now I am dealing with some after effects. But so I had the fusion done. It was an anterior fusion, so they made an incision in the front of my neck on the left side. Pushed everything over. You can probably hear my voice is kind of hoarse. Reason being is due to the surgery. And then they went in and they fused the 3 vertebrae, or I guess technically they fused the 4 vertebrae. So C3 to C6 is 4 different vertebrae, and then added, extra bone in between, and then they brought back the curve, the lordotic curve, back into my neck. So if you were looking at me from the side, my neck was kind of like all sorts of weird shapes, and now I do have the nice curve back in my spine. The pain is not nearly as bad as it was for the thoracic recovery. That pain was pretty excruciating. This pain so far has been pretty mild. Although I am, still on painkillers, I'm on some muscle relaxants, and we'll see how that goes. I mean, again, I'm only like my 3rd day out of surgery, so so who knows what's going to happen. However, I saw x-rays, and the surgery does look beautiful, and the hospital I stayed at was great. So anyway, that's the situation for right now, so I will keep everyone up to date, not only on how the thoracic fusion is coming along, as well as my cervical fusion. Now let's hope that that is the last of it. But if not, I'll definitely keep you all posted. But otherwise, hanging in there, doing my thing, and according to my surgeon, I will have more mobility in my neck once I get all this super fun equipment off and once things start loosening up. So I'm very excited about that. This is not the most uncomfortable thing to wear, but it does have its disadvantages. So I'm just trying to be patient and deal with it as I can. But anyway, if you have any questions or suggestions, I'm always willing to hear them, so please feel free to post. And if you're having any similar situations going on, please feel free to let me know. It's always nice to know that we're not alone in dealing with situations like this, especially spinal fusions, which are not as rare, are not as common, and people don't usually talk about them as much. So anyway, that's it. I hope you're all well, and I look forward to hosting again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.